Hi, this one we're going to look at a common problem that goes wrong with puppets. I call it crazy eyes. I mentioned it briefly before, but I wanted to create a separate episode on it just so I could refer to it directly. It happens often enough, unfortunately. It's a little bit tricky to fix sometimes with character animator with PSTs, but I'll show you some easy ways of getting around it. Okay, so we're going to come back to our guy. Let's go back to fit. I'm going to get rid of the blank. Don't need him. Come up to, I'm going to go to rig. Hit Control E. Okay, so what is crazy eyes? Well, I talked previously about there's some important layers. And this is particularly easy to understand. There's a pupil, and it is smaller than the pupil range, and it's within the pupil range. And if what can happen is if the pupil is bigger than the pupil range, or it doesn't stop overlapping, then the eyes can go a bit funny. Now, if you do it on purpose, well, hey, you got your own problem. But what can happen is if I have a look at the left eyeball, I'm going to hide a few things. So I'm going to hide the pupil, hide the bottom, hide the top eyelid. Pupil range, that's the one I wanted. Okay, so we got pupil range, we got the pupil. Pupil's behind it. I'm going to leave it up there though. So the pupil, you can see, is smaller. So what happens if I come and go to the pupil, get a paintbrush, and accidentally on purpose create a pixel like that. If I have one pixel out there, now imagine if that was only 1 pixel big. That would be rather hard to see. And that's the problem that can occur. So I'm going to turn all these ones back on. I've got the range, turn the body back on. I'm going to hit save. Come back over to character animator. And we're going to go into record. Pick the timeline. I'm going to turn on the eye gaze again. And I should be able to, so you can see this eye, the white old eye, is moving correctly. It goes left, right, left, right. But this other one's going in the wrong direction. And that's what I call crazy eyes. It can do all sorts of, you can see a little bit of it jumping around occasionally, like twitching. See there? For some reason there it's twitching. And if you come in and go into rig mode and you look at your artwork, you're saying, why is this happening? Well, it's because that little pixel there, that's a whole heap of pixels, but if it was really 1 pixel, how are you meant to find it? And it's a common problem that happens. So what I normally do is to check the eyeball and eyeball range. And if you've got an extra pixel in the eyeball range, it can also, the pupil range, it can also cause that problem. And so what I tend to do is going to hide some of these other bits and pieces. Get rid of the eyeball. So we got his eye there. Frequently what I'll do is I'll just come back with that selection tool and select around the eye, and you can move it a little bit. And then I'll do the select inverse. So now it's selected everything but the eye. I've got that layer hit, and if I just hit del, I don't need to know where the pixels were, but I know they're gone. And that's sort of like the safest way. Just draw a circle around it and select everything outside and just hit delete. Then I can bring back the eyeball, bring back the eyelids, and I bring back the main body, hit save. back into the record mode. And you'll see the two eyes are now moving back together again properly. That problem has gone away. So that's the most common reason for eye craziness, is you've got either pupil range pixels somewhere else, and it can be as simple as you started drawing with the wrong wrong layer selected in Paint. But if you draw a circle around it, do invert select. So draw the circle around it, you select. So I use this marquee tool for an elliptical marquee tool for round things. I go select inverse to select the inverse, and then do, well, I just hit the del key. There's probably surely there must be something there hooked up to del. But I just hit the del key, and that will delete everything not within that circle, and that's how I clean it up. That's all I wanted to say this one. It was just a quickie to talk about cleaning up a common problem, which is what I call crazy eyes. Hope you found that useful. See ya.